Hello, folks. Welcome back to 2008. We are here for SNME 27. Livin' to Dream. It's not Livin' to Dream. I tried. I tried very hard to make it Livin' to Dream. Actually, I didn't try
You didn't try
very
that
hard.
hard. No.
I was like Livin' to Dream, but it was like, and I was like, oh, all right, fair.
That's not
Um,
how I responded. Actually, I said I'll definitely give you living. I didn't like duh, and then you were like sure, and you took it, and we moved on.
fair.
Yep. If you want to see that conversation, VOD's channel is in the description.
Fantastic
Thank
plug.
you, thank you. Yeah. You'll also find our Patreon down there, which I'll admit is a little bit in disrepair right now because of a bunch of reasons, some of which are in my control, some of which aren't. But we always appreciate the support. At the end of the episode, we'll show you our tier 3 patrons, which if you support us at tier 3 and you support us through a show at tier 3, your name will go on the credits forever.
Forever.
Who's living the dream, Tucker?
You want an actual answer or?
I was sort of giving you a segue to do whatever you wanted. So
Oh, okay. Well, I will briefly just touch on our main event, and then I think we're just gonna go into the show.
Sounds good to me. Although, as always with SNME, I would ask that before we do start the show, we keep people up to date as to what's happening with Mr. Kennedy.
That's fair. He's the big draw. So our main event tonight, WWE title on the line. Jeff Hardy defending against Batista. We'll get into the how and why of that before the match. Puddy mentioned Mr. Kennedy on this last episode of Monday Night Raw. Mr. Kennedy defeated Jerry Lawler in a professional wrestling match.
Yep.
Just to make that clear. Jerry Lawler.
He cheated, though. He
Yes,
cheated to
he
win.
did have to cheat to beat the 60-year-old man. That's true. But yeah, Mr. Kennedy's ongoing feud with the staff of Monday Night Raw has claimed another victim. As Jerry got his ass beat, and who's gonna stop Mr. Kennedy?
That's a great question.
Let's get right into it. We are in the AT&T Center here in wonderful San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, we should mention,
Yes,
because people watching either the VOD
yeah,
or wouldn't quite realize the timing of this, but had Tucker not fallen ill last weekend, we would have been recording this show, Saturday Night's Main Event, from San Antonio, Texas, on the same day as the WWE decided to run Saturday Night's Main Event in San Antonio, Texas. And if you've been following us for a long time, you'll know that we are often faced with the strangest of coincidences in this regard. But I feel like in the long years that we've been doing this is the one that's hit me the hardest. That was a fucking crazy coincidence.
If we had not had that one conversation that ate up that one day when we were supposed to do SNME 26, we would have done it the day before them.
Yep.
Which is sad. We could have beat them to it and have been like, whoa, they're copying us. That's crazy. Instead,
they
we're
are
copying
still,
them.
by the way. No, we had this booked for ages. I'm sure they did too, actually. But you know.
Regardless, it's SNME 27. Let's do the thing.
Let's live the dream.
Let's live the dream. That's a good one. We got all of our show opening things here. The
world is watching.
Yep. So yeah, our video package is focusing around Jeff Hardy and Batista. We see Jeff's path up to the title, that long road that he took. And we see Dave's mainstream appeal. How do we showcase the fact that Dave is mainstream famous now?
We show him on like major talk shows and
there we go.
Things like that, being a guest on like The Price is Right.
Fantastic.
You know, he's doing so many. Like I can't do too. He maybe, I don't know if we want to go this far, but maybe he has a small role in a soap. Maybe he's got a cameo appearance on a soap.
Wonderful.
At this point, you know, and Yeah, he is massively increasing the mainstream appeal of pro wrestling because in almost all of these appearances, he's putting over the pro wrestling made him who he is today, and how great the WWE is.
We see our commentators for tonight. It's Jim Ross and Steve Austin. They say hello, and they're going to let us know that our first contest tonight is going to be Chris Masters taking on Matt Hardy. This match took place on Raw a couple weeks ago, in which Chris Masters beat Matt Hardy. This was all wrapped up in Jeff Hardy's WWE title reign. Chris Masters trying to get a championship match. Did Chris Masters get a title match?
He did.
He did.
Which Matt Hardy cost him.
Oh, there you go. That ties this together even better. So Chris Masters having beaten Matt Hardy to get that shot. Matt Hardy cost Chris Masters. Then Matt Hardy had talked to his brother Jeff, and Jeff essentially, told him, hey man, kind of kindly stay out of my business, please. Let me be the champion, and you go be my brother.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy, a little hurt by that, but willing to listen to his brother, challenged Chris Masters to another match because he wants his win back, and maybe he also wants to prove his brother wrong a little bit. He wants to prove to Jeff that he's a useful guy to have around. We'll go with that.
It's so tragic, man. I mean, Jeff knows that. That's not what Jeff's saying. In fact, Jeff's arguably saying he's too useful. But yeah, I mean, Matt Hardy is Hardy's his own man, and unfortunately, I don't think this is going to prove anything to Jeff. But hopefully, he can get the win.
Matt Hardy comes into this pissed off and fired up. He's ready to go. He's ready to make a statement. He's coming in with those punches that he does. The Matt Hardy punches. Yeah. There is a specific movement that Matt Hardy does when Shane he pumps his fists a little bit and I don't know. He does that because that's
cool.
That's the Matt Hardy moveset. But yeah, Matt Hardy's really fired up for this match tonight, and it'll cost him as Chris Masters, who remains fairly cool and collected with his array of submission moves at this point, is able to catch Matt Hardy in the Master Key, gets a victory.
Master Key.
We show shots of the people, and it's a big house here tonight in the AT&T Center, packed out, sold out. They're all here.
There's a football
to
player.
See Batista. There's
Pretty
a
much.
football player. That's great. Yeah, that's about right.
San Antonio has a football team, I'm sure.
Not like a proper one, but like a college football thing, probably. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, there's a hot new college athlete there. And we also have Puddle of Mud here, who we'd like to thank for the official theme song of Livin the Dream, which is famous.
They wave and look like they're regretting their life choices.
Batista is very famous, and he is bringing more eyes to WWE than ever before. And tonight might be the most anticipated matchup of the year. It's one of the best we have right now in Jeff Hardy, the WWE champion, one of the most exciting superstars in the modern era, taking on Batista, who, let's not forget, is a 4-time world champion. What a matchup!
Yeah, I gotta remember to do something when we build up to this match. So,
all right, hopefully you do.
I will, likely. It's just a specific turn of phrase I want to use for it.
Okay.
We get an ad for Survivor Series coming up on... Oh, fuck, I should have had this date up. Hold on.
20-something. 26th, maybe? 20...
Coming to you on November 23rd from the Nut Center itself.
Philadelphia.
Wells Fargo in Philly. All right. So Psychosis comes out to the ring, and he is set for a Cruiserweight Championship match against Christian. But Psychosis tells the crowd that Christian is not here.
Well, no. First, we get Brian Hebner counting Christian out.
Well, we have to tell them that Christian's not here for Brian to count him out. Otherwise, Brian just starts counting. Everybody's like, "Oh, I guess Christian isn't here." I guess
Well,
they get it. I guess they get it.
No. I think you're right. I think my idea is that Brian looks a little confused and then starts counting while Psychosis is like lying on the turnbuckle, confident, knowing what's happening. And then after the 10 count, he can begin to explain.
I like it. So yeah, Psychosis
Cool.
explains that Christian isn't here because he's having some troubles at home, I guess.
I'm just going to say it. He lost his wife. Today, he's busy losing his kids, and he's just too scared to come out here and lose the last thing that he's got left, which is the Cruiserweight Championship. So I'm going to say it. If there's anyone in the back who isn't as cowardly as your Cruiserweight Champion, I want a match.
He's trying to get cowardly Christian over.
I like it. I like it.
It's Frankie Kazarian. You remember him? Do you?
I don't.
I
think wasn't
I'm
he
asking.
He was like Roderick Strong's friend, right?
I think that was another guy, but I don't know. Anyways,
Okay, yeah.
anyways, yeah, he's here. He's gonna wrestle. Whoa,
Whoa.
they wrestle.
Nice.
Psychosis beats him.
Nice.
Psychosis looks good.
Yeah.
Whenever Christian does get back, his title reign may be in trouble.
I mean, dare I say Psychosis becomes the interim Cruiserweight Champion.
Jesus.
Sorry, I'm still championship scramble pilled over here.
Real. Yeah, honestly. Trying to figure out where that was coming from. Yeah, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. We got Mick Foley backstage, and he is.
You're facing.
Oh. No, not a good time for Discord to fuck up.
It's all right. You can keep plowing on. Should be good.
Oh, okay, yep, fixed it. So yeah, Mick Foley's backstage there. He's got, he's outside the locker room of Roderick Strong. And he knocks on the door, expecting for Roderick Strong to come out and talk to him. And instead, he's going to get Gregory Helms. Gregory, hi. Wasn't expecting to see you here. That's a lie. What do you think? Is your boy gonna do it? Is he gonna beat the Undertaker? I've been in the ring with the Undertaker. That's no easy thing to do.
Well, in case you've forgotten, Mick, and you may have with as many shots to the head as you've taken over the years,
Oh.
Roderick Strong's already been in the ring with The Undertaker. And he's beaten The Undertaker. He did what nobody thought he could do a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown when he beat The Undertaker fair and square in the middle of that ring. And that's what he's going to do tonight. Because we've proven time after time that The Undertaker is a mere man. But more than that, he's a man who is broken. A man with a number of injuries. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's been through the wars. And if there's one man that can exploit that, it's Roderick Strong. It's about time people start believing in what we're saying. Roderick Strong is a generational superstar. He's the man of the millennium. And he is continuing his undisputed era of dominance after having been one of the most successful cruiserweight champions of all time. He's moving up into the heavyweight division. He's beating The Undertaker again tonight in his own match, and then he's going on to become the world heavyweight champion.
Perfect. We've got our Christmas Chaos Tour coming up. Make sure to buy your tickets now.
Hell yeah.
All right, here we go. We're getting prepped for it. It is the explosion of the world's greatest tag team, which I guess kind of already happened. They did wrestle on Raw already.
Yeah, it's not exploding necessarily. The audience will have seen pretty much, I think, the entirety of the Charlie Haas Batista feud, which drove Charlie Haas to be a little bit. Like, let's be honest, Charlie Haas has been frustrated lately. And depending on who you ask, maybe we've seen a darker side to Charlie, or maybe he's just being painted in a poor light. Either way, it's driven a bit of a wedge between himself and Shelton Benjamin, a wedge that they aim to solve when they wrestled each other a couple of weeks ago on Raw. And they got a lot of positive things done. They understood each other a lot better. And ever since that match, which unfortunately ended in a double countout, they've sort of been more on the same page than they have been previously. But they need to know who's the better man. And that's what this match is about tonight.
Let's figure it out.
Should we tweak Charlie Haas's gimmick first?
I'm down if
You
you
don't
are.
have to.
Yeah,
I'm down not to.
Well, Jesus, that's helpful. Flip a
I don't think it really
coin.
matters.
Okay, we'll
I don't
keep
think
it
it really
going.
matters here, actually. I think we'll just keep it going, yeah, because, yeah, it's
That was my instinct. My instinct was let it run, because
yeah.
if we're being realistic, which, the high mark of what we do here, I look at the microphone like it's a camera or something. I don't know why. I'm like,
You could look at the camera like it's a camera.
I could, but that would require my camera being on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one person's gonna be really disappointed.
I know. I every time I think of them, I'm
Yeah, I
just
know.
like, damn. I'm like, I really should show my face more, but whatever. Point being, if we're being realistic, that's what it was. We're not gonna refresh his gimmick in a segment. You know what I mean? He's not gonna come out to the ring and be different.
I understand. You know
Actually,
what?
he's already in the ring. This is his entrance. He's already in the ring.
I recognize that point, but what I will say is that we have, I would argue, been tweaking his character over the last few weeks anyway, and the mechanical decision to click the button is just a recognition of that.
I'm down to do it then. Yeah.
I'm also the reason why I'm saying we shouldn't spend this much time on it.
I know.
The reason why I'm saying we don't need to is because I know what this match is and I know where it is on the card, and ultimately if we lose like 5, let's say worst case scenario we lose 5 points on it, I don't think it really matters.
It won't be 5 points. I don't believe
I
either.
agree with you.
So, yeah, let's do it. All right, who's the better man? Haas, Benjamin.
Who is the better
2.
man? Finally getting a winner. Oh, damn.
What the hell's he
These
doing
two
here?
once again have a lovely gritty match, trading Charlie Haas's patented DMLS nasty grappling with Shelton Benjamin's strong Kurt Angle trained wrestling background mixed in with power spots such as suplexes and showcasing his athleticism. And as we begin to build towards these two men finally going toe to toe and getting a result, it's Edge with a steel chair. And he just fucking slams both men in the face with the steel chair. And this match is thrown out.
Oh, he's not leaving,
Edge continues
though. Oh my God.
slamming them with a steel chair into the back, kind of into the ribs of Shelton Benjamin. Shelton kind of tumbles to the outside. Edge slams Charlie Haas once again in the face with a steel chair, leave him in the middle of the ring. Edge rolls to the outside. He hits a brutal DDT on the floor to Shelton Benjamin. He grabs a table, he sets it up in the corner, and he spears Charlie Haas through it. And then he grabs a microphone and he looks unhinged. And he kind of sits near the middle of he doesn't sit down, but he stands near the middle of the ring and he looks into the camera. He says, you two, I've been watching these last couple weeks, and I have to say I've really been enjoying your cute little drama. So it pains me to come out here and get involved and get in between you two, because it really has been entertaining me. The chaos of it all be brilliant to watch. But there's just one thing on my mind that was bothering me throughout this whole thing, and it's the idea that either of you belong in the main event, that either of you deserve to fight for the WWE Championship, to be at the top of Monday Night Raw. Because quite frankly, despite how entertaining your little drama has been, neither of you are anywhere near my level. Because the thing that holds both of you back is this sentimentality, is this emotion, right? Both of you care what the other person thinks, what this audience of nobodies thinks, right? Both of you care way too much about what other people think of you. Care too much about doing the right thing. Charlie Haas is out here frustrated because people think he's a bad guy. Who cares what people think about you, Charlie? Neither of you have the ruthlessness to make it to the top. And I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that.
What the hell's this guy's problem, man?
What is he doing? Like, This has nothing to do with him.
Literally completely random. This fucking guy. Like, god damn it. God fucking damn this guy. We have to suspend him again. Send him away.
I can't believe I rooted for him when he was fighting against Randy Orton.
I can't believe I turned a blind eye when he said he was gonna kill Randy Orton and mail his family pictures of it. Fucking, this may not be a good guy, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know.
Yeah, that was one thing, but this is too far.
Yeah, I like these guys, so you know. On this Thursday, we're going to get a Intercontinental Championship match as new champion Santino Marella looks to defend against the former champion Drew McIntyre in McIntyre's rematch.
Hell yeah.
All right, backstage. Actually, beforehand, we see Dave's many media appearances.
Yep.
We see more of those clips of different shows, talk shows, media things, press events.
Weber's gonna ask. Yeah, Weber's gonna ask Dave what he thinks about or Batista, sorry, what he thinks about the main event tonight. And Batista's gonna reiterate some things he said on Raw, which is that look, Amy, I really like Jeff Hardy. I've seen his struggle. I think he's great, and I'm really proud of him for becoming the WWE champion.
Great little champion.
I meant everything say. What did I say?
Great little champion.
Oh, great little champion. Yeah. And I meant what I said on Monday night. This is not personal. And I really, really hope that Jeff Hardy has had the time of his life as the WWE champion, that he's done everything he wanted to do as the WWE champion. This isn't personal. I made a promise earlier this year, and I'm a man of my word. I'm finishing 2008 as the WWE champion. So I really hope that Jeff Hardy's gotten all that he wants out of the WWE championship. And I really hope that he's enjoyed this run. Because tonight, it's just business. It's coming to an end.
We got women's action coming up. It is the women's title, as Melina is going to defend against Mickie James.
Do you want to run people through what Mickie James has been up to lately?
Yeah. What was the last thing they would have seen? I mean, they would have seen her. I'm right in saying she beat Beth at that one show, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So she beat Beth.
In a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah, and that obviously did a lot for Mickey's stock. Am I forgetting like the total build for this, or was this very much Mickie James has gotten the momentum lately? She's gotten the wins in the right places over the right people, and this is her title shot.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I think the striking thing has been how direct she's been and how aggressive she's been in pursuing it, though. She walked right up to Melina Perez a couple weeks ago. She slapped her in the face and called her a bitch. She pretty much, you were right that like we all assumed she was on track for the women's championship, but I've never seen someone herself assume that she was on track for a shot at the women's. Like, she didn't go to Teddy Long and ask for it. She just kind of assumed she was next in line, and here we are live from the AT&T Center, and she's got her match. And gosh, if I've never seen someone coming into a match so confident as Mickie James is for this.
They do their entrances. We get Lillian Garcia to do the full deal, and let's do it.
And in
they pulled it off.
Absolute war, Mickie James is unable to capture the women's championship. Melina Perez survives an onslaught. Mickie James is absolutely determined to become the women's champion tonight. She goes at Melina from the off. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes for Melina to settle the match back down through a series of sort of disruptive actions, and then also underhanded actions. But eventually this match settles into Melina kind of trying to work Mickie down, and Mickie just, anytime she gets an opportunity, just absolutely trying to just destroy Melina. Lots of vicious shots, lots of sequences that show that specifically Mickie James does not like Melina. Melina, I think, is usually the type to get nasty, to get a bit catty. But in this match, she doesn't have a chance for that. She's just trying to survive. And look, Melina is, I believe, a 3-time women's champion. She's no stranger to the big time. But I'm not sure if her basic wrestling skills were up to the task. But tonight, she really had to rely on that athleticism, that acrobatic background that she has. to try and really survive in this match, and that is really what it is, because Mickey James throws everything at her tonight, and it just isn't quite enough. But don't get don't get it twisted. Melina Perez did not win this match; she survived it, and she found that opportunity at the end to roll Mickey up and use the ropes for leverage. And I think there's maybe a little bit of blood streaming from a little cut that Melina had, and her hair's a mess, and she's leaving usually the picture of composure. She is leaving scarred by this match for sure.
All right, wheel out a damn casket. Get it out there, Droods. Yeah, up next it's our casket match. Roderick Strong and The Undertaker. Roddy beat The Undertaker on SmackDown with the help of his Millennium stable
colleagues.
Yeah, good call, colleagues. Can he do it again? This time it is obviously no holds barred in a casket match, so I mean, these three are gonna get involved. You know it.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. Who's gonna get buried?
Exactly. Who? Well, yeah.
Oh,
it's exactly as Tucker said. These guys get involved immediately. Undertaker has to fend off against the whole group of Millennium. And this one is fast-paced. Last week on SmackDown, or a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, we had sort of a slower built back and forth. But this really is Undertaker versus the world. And we get a few callback spots to those who did watch that match on SmackDown. In particular, I like Roddy Strong hitting a capture backbreaker, Taker going for the big boot, Roddy ducking under it and managing to use Taker's momentum to get the big man down onto his knee. Strong just trying to work on that back, work on those legs, try and take the power base from the Undertaker. But ultimately, it's not enough. And Taker hits him with a big tombstone pile driver, shuffles him off into the casket.
The Undertaker hits his victory poses. I guess it's just one. He doesn't have multiple.
Yeah, no, he has two. So he has the kneeling in the ring pose when the lights go purple, and then afterwards he walks down to the stage, and then he does the hand up.
Oh yeah, the fist up
thing.
Yeah. That is a cool thing. Yeah. Hell yeah.
And I liked it. We did a little in the build. A lightning bolt struck a casket to reveal a burning effigy of Roderick Strong's name, and I like to think that when he does the fist up this time, a CGI lightning bolt hits the casket and it begins to burn with Roderick Strong inside.
I like it. I thought you were about to say he puts his fist up and the lightning strikes the Undertaker and he bursts into flames. I was just like, very cool.
Millennium have captured the lightning. The weather wizards have returned.
Yeah, little did you know, Flash Evans actually refers to his ability to shoot lightning.
Flash Evans and Tyson Lightning Kid.
Jesus. Oh, I wish I had written down what this was.
I know what this is. Do you remember?
No.
It's the announcement that the next time we come to you live on ESPN is in... Well, you might have to help me. It's Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep.
For SNME 28.
Yeah, we will see you on December 6th.
December 1st? 6th.
Yeah, in Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll see you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
It is indeed time. We get our entrances for the big match. The WWE title. I don't know why I couldn't say that. I struggled to say that, literally. Struggled to come out of my mouth.
Do you want to run down the build to this? You want to anything else? I know we've talked about it a lot already.
This is the thing I was going to say. Why is Batista in this situation? You must ask yourself, who did he beat to get a title shot?
Charlie Haas.
Okay, I guess he did. Yeah, I guess he did beat Charlie Haas. You're right. Okay, never mind. All right, point made. We're moving on. Yeah, my thing.
I think your point is valid. We should explore it more because you're right. Like Charlie Haas is a big name and all that, but you look down the roster. Raw has never been so full of talent, right? Matt Hardy, Chris Masters, John Morrison, The Miz, Paul London, Brian Kendrick, John Cena, Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase, Edge. Right, we're talking about Charlie Haas, even Shelton Benjamin. Right, the names go on. So Why is Batista in this spot, Tucker?
You want the actual answer? Or do you want my scathing answer?
Whatever strikes your fancy.
Dave Batista, just Batista, I guess. Well, no, I guess I'm talking about Dave Batista. Dave Batista, at least in my perception, has put some kind of pressure on Teddy Long to make this match. I have no evidence of that. All I have is clips from a couple weeks ago on that media stuff where Batista seemed to be hinting at something coming up for him, a WWE title shot coming up for him. And as you said, that Charlie Haas victory is some of it. But I think if you're kind of scratching your heads here, yeah, so are we.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here for a second, because we're talking about a guy who is one of the biggest stars on Monday Night Raw, who is promoting the WWE in a number of mainstream places, is growing the brand of professional wrestling on a huge level. This is a guy who, let's not forget, is a 4-time world champion, a guy who has tackled the likes of The Undertaker, of Triple H, of King Booker, Chavo Guerrero. He fought Floyd Mayweather at WrestleMania. Batista is a huge star. And look, I understand from a purist perspective, you might think that everybody should work their way up to a WWE title shot, but Batista's already done that. 4 separate occasions he's done that. He's one of the biggest stars in the business. And once you get to that level, you don't have to work your way up anymore. You're just looking for the next big fight. And for me, that was tonight. That was Batista. The audience, myself included, still love this guy. He is so exciting. He is so cool. He's such a cool guy. And it'll be interesting to see if he can capture the WWE title. But if you're right, if he hasn't worked his way up, surely that lends itself to Jeff Hardy, who has spent the last 4 months in the forge of professional wrestling, having to defend against the likes of Edge and Chris Masters.
Fair. All right.
Okay, right. All right then.
Yeah, are we ready to do this?
Absolutely. The bell rings. Batista's going to immediately charge at Jeff Hardy, hit him with a big shoulder tackle, but he doesn't waste any time. Picks Jeff. He starts stomping Jeff in the corner, and then he Irish whips him to the other side, and Jeff clunks massively into the turnbuckle as Batista takes a moment to pose and smile at the crowd, the electricity already beginning to build. A little bit later, picks Jeff Hardy up, hits him with a running power slam, gets a 2 count as Hardy kicks out early. Batista wasting no time, though, picks him up for a delayed vertical suplex, pausing just to hold Jeff Hardy up, demonstrating that raw power that Batista has. There's an immediate sort of feeling inside the building 2-3 minutes into this match that Batista is dominating the early stages of this, and Jeff is really struggling. And I think some of the crowd are excited to see the offense of Batista, but I think some of the crowd might be picking up on some of the things that Tucker said. And there's this sort of feeling of like, oh man, Jeff Hardy is in danger out there.
Our guy is
really,
getting
really tough
ragdolled.
opponent.
Like,
absolutely. Do you want to elaborate on that any, or?
Give me one line. Just give me a line here.
You want me to carry on with the match?
Yeah, even if you just want to do one line, and then I'll pick up.
Okay, well, but this is where there were things begin to change, because Batista's going to hoist Jeff up for a Batista bomb, looking to end it early. But Hardy is going to wiggle free, landing behind Batista, and then he hits a big drop kick to Batista, which staggers him. Hardy takes the opportunity. He gets up to he runs up to the top rope and springboards off into a whisper in the wind, which hits Batista, and the crowd goes crazy. Batista, though, doesn't fall. He stands there, staggered in the middle of the ring. Hardy realizes this. He gets up. He starts to land a series of quick kicks to the midsection, to the legs, even one to the head. Batista still standing. Shotgun drop kick. Batista falls into the corner. Hardy runs at Batista, but Batista explodes out of the corner and hits a vicious spear, reestablishing control.
Keeping after the spear, keeping those arms locked together, Dave is going to basically deadlift stand with Jeff Hardy, putting him into a bear hug. I think you can see that. I think I explained that well enough.
Hmm.
Um,
For sure.
and as he's, crushing all of the ribs and the spine and the everything, right? Because that the bear hug. Um, we see Jeff Hardy start to fade. Um, he's starting to lose it, but that crowd pipes up, and that crowd has been the thing that's kept Jeff Hardy in certain situations where he probably shouldn't have been. They push him to go further, you know what I mean? And then that can be good and bad. So Jeff starts to try to work his way out, and he can't quite find a way to wiggle his way out of this bear hug, and so eventually he just kind of says, fuck it, just starts throwing elbows at the side of Dave's head. Batista gets stunned, and he's got to break the bear hug there. As Jeff hits off the ropes to try to get his momentum going again, Batista kind of shakes off those elbows and drops him with a crazy clothesline. Jeff does a big flip off of it.
Yeah.
Dave, feel of it now. Jeff got his light for a second. Batista shut that door immediately. He starts shaking the ropes, and we're feeling it. And the crowd by this point is like, oh man, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, I came to see Jeff Hardy do cool shit. I mean, and Dave do cool shit, but this is
Jeff's. Yeah, we haven't seen enough Jeff cool shit. Like, this is the tone of the match. I feel like, yeah, he's catching the crowd a little off guard. They're like, oh, this is supposed to be a fun match between two fun guys. And instead, it's this big guy beating the shit out of this guy we like.
And as Dave is kind of approaching Jeff Hardy, he hears this and he kind of stops for a sec and like looks around like, what?
Huh?
Yeah, huh? That's weird. Anyways, he is gonna pick Jeff Hardy up into the position for the Batista bomb, gets him up on the shoulders, and as he's powering him down, Jeff, I don't necessarily know what it would be. I guess you have to like twist your body. Jeff twists his body on the way down and turns it into a Hurricane Rana, which sends Batista into the turnbuckle, holding his shoulder. Jeff hits the ropes and hits a big drop kick into the corner. And finally, Jeff Hardy might have his life.
Yeah, Batista, Jeff Hardy has this big drop kick onto Batista's head as he's sitting there in the corner, and Batista, like, immediately as he kind of gets slammed by this drop kick, he just kind of rolls into the kind of the middle of the ring just naturally, and Hardy sees the opportunity. The crowd begin to rise. Hardy goes outside to the apron, climbs the top rope, hits the Jeff Hardy signs, hits the Jeff Hardy hand signs, and the crowd begin to erupt as Hardy goes for the Swanton bomb. But Batista rolls out of the way at the last possible second. Batista, seizing the moment, gets Hardy up for the Batista bomb for a third time, but Hardy this time jumps, slips out behind Batista, and then hits the twist of fate. The crowd erupts and Hardy gets for the cover. 1, 2, Batista just tosses Hardy off of him, and Hardy flies across the ring as this match finally maybe is starting to become a two-sided affair. Hardy might just be in this contest. Hardy rallying again, running dropkick again, goes for the whisper in the wind again. But Batista catches him midair and drives him into the mat with a thunderous spinebuster. He shakes the ropes and he looks out into the crowd. This time he's not looking for admiration because certainly he's not getting it. He's got a steely look on his face, but he nods and he puts his kind of thumbs up to the crowd and slowly turns it into a thumbs down as he turns to Hardy. Hardy at this time has rolled to the apron. Batista tries to grab him by the hair and drag him back into the ring, but Hardy pulls Batista's head down into the rope, stunning him. Hardy jumps back onto the apron, springboards off the top rope, looking for a senton, and out of midair, Batista catches him, bang, Batista bomb. 1, 2, 3. Batista is the WWE champion.
That is his first WWE title. Batista
he kept his promise.
I believe this puts Batista in the theoretical. What was it? It was Triple Crown, and then we
Grand Slam.
The Grand Slam. I think this, in theory, puts Batista in the Grand Slam. He's got a tag title.
Has he got a secondary title?
I think maybe you're right there. Fair enough.
He's won pretty much everything else, though. He's won both world titles and both tag titles. And the Royal Rumble. Not that counts for what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
it is over. Jeff Hardy said it initially with Edge, where the day that he loses that title, the beautiful dream will turn into a nightmare. And here we are. We are in the nightmare now.
And certainly, I talked about before the show, before the match, about how I think Batista is somebody who is a huge star and somebody who is we've watched grow into a real athlete. But the nature of that contest, I think, is undeniable. That there's some sadness to that.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's get our credits up here. There it is. Thanks, folks.
Thank you very much.
Jumping back over here really quick. Who do we want to talk to?
You were impressed with the women. Maybe we talk to them.
Yeah, I like that. I think the women and then Taker and Roddy.
Oh yeah, they banged. That's true.
Yeah, like they by far banged one of the best matches of this game so far.
Yep.
So let's go. Let's compliment
I'd go
the
complimented
women
for the
good.
women. Yeah.
And then I just want to
praised for a great.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was just gonna say good, awesome shit, dudes. Like fuck yeah, knocked it out of the park. I don't know why I thought this one said displeased. I was like, what the hell happened? don't you tell me I'm good. Fuck you. I don't need you. Perfect. Yeah.
Great.
Here's some more money for your pocketbook. Here's some more pop
next
for
time,
your pop book. And that's that.
Next time we are here on YouTube with you guys is Survivor Series.
That it will be. So
in the Nut Center.
In the Nut Arena. Yeah, we'll see you there. Stay. What the hell? Stay. I couldn't think of anything. Bye.